inside my DNA. I got royalty inside my DNA. I got peace, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA.
死んだ天性
I was born this is why immaculate conception. I just felt like this, perform like this without you. A new weapon, I know.
Hi, anime lovers! Welcome back to your favorite YouTube channel. Today is going to be exciting because we have brought you the complete recap of one of the insanely popular anime series, Bleach. Bleach was first aired in 2004 and then it continued for 8 years, up to 2012, containing 366 episodes in 17 seasons. But that's not the end. After a 10 years long gap, in 2022, another successive season is scheduled to release. Naturally, it demands a brief revision of the whole Bleach series. So, are you excited about this? So, without any further delay, let's start. Kurosaki Ichigo, a 15-year-old teen with the capacity to sense spirits, is the protagonist of the story. This permits him to glimpse a Shinigami, or a Soul Reaper. Meanwhile, Rukia is injured by Hollow, which is a spirit monster created when a corrupt spirit dies. It also attacks Ichigo's home, where Ichigo uses a Shinigami pass to temporarily destroy the Hollow. Rukia appears as a regular student at Ichigo's school the next day. She informs him that she has lost all of her powers, not just the fraction she intended to give him, and that she would be unable to carry out her Shinigami obligations in the future. While Ichigo recovers, she must serve as Karakura Town's Shinigami, escorting souls to the afterlife and safeguarding citizens from attacking Hollows. Ichigo's spiritual abilities as a Shinigami are particularly strong, attracting a great number of Hollows. Uryu Ishida, one of the last remaining Quincy, a species of spiritually endowed human beings who were massacred by the Shinigami a long time ago, is drawn to his abilities. To prove that the Quincy are superior to the Shinigami, he challenges them to a Hollow hunting competition. This goes badly wrong when Uryu's bait for starting the competition is significantly more effective than he intended, summoning of legions of Hollows. When Chad and Orihime, two of Ichigo's pals, are attacked by Hollows during the competition, their spiritual skills are awakened. Uryu and Ichigo eventually teamed up to drive the Hollows out of town. Ichigo, Rukia, Chad, Orihime, and Uryu become close friends as the school year progresses. Rukia grows accustomed to life in the living world, yet she realizes that she must depart. She has become a wanted criminal in a native soul society after spending too much time in the living world without permission. Her superiors and soul society dispatched Renji Abarai, an elite Shinigami, and Byakuya Kuchiki, her older brother, to apprehend her. Ichigo attempts everything he can to prevent the arrest, but it's in vain. Not only is he vanquished, but Byakuya also takes away the Shinigami abilities that Rukia had bestowed upon him. Rukia has been transferred to Soul Society, where she has been sentenced to death. Kisuke Urahara, a strange merchant and ex-Soul Society citizen, approaches Ichigo with a solution for him to reclaim his powers and save Rukia. Before becoming a Hollow, Ichigo must die and then discover the Shinigami powers hiding within his soul. Chad, Uryu, and Orihime were sent to Soul Society by the Shinigami military's highest headquarters. They draw the attention of their commander, who orders the apprehension of invaders right away. In Soul Society, they encounter Renji for the second time and he overcomes him. As they reach Rukia's prison, Ichigo is approached by Zaraki Kampachi, who attempts to break Rukia out while he deals with Kampachi alone. Yoruichi begins to prepare to deploy his Bankai, Zanpakuto's most powerful form. Meanwhile, Uryu and Orihime are approached by Shinigami Captain Mayuri, who Uryu battles but is crippled by Mayuri's Shikai. Later, Renji joins them on their journey, bearing news that her execution date has been rescheduled. Meanwhile, Uryu defeats Mayuri with his Sunray Glove, and then overwhelms him with his Bankai, Ranso Tengai. Rukia is spared from execution by sympathetic captains Kyora, Chong, Sue, and Okitaki Jushiro. Ichigo was able to confront Byakuya with his Bankai and narrowly defeat him. Kyoraku and Okitaki clear the execution area to fight Captain Commander Gen Ryusai Shikeguni Yamamoto in a more hidden location. Yoruichi, Captain Solifang's former tutor, is fighting beside her. Yamamoto uses his Shikai to set fire to the surrounding region before engaging in combat with his former students. Yoruichi beats the Shunko method in a groundbreaking encounter. Hitsugaya discovers all of the members of the Judiciary Authority's Core 46 chambers killed while searching them. He discovers that Aizen is still alive and responsible for the murders. Aizen utilized his Shikai to create an illusion of his death to extract Hogyoku from Rukia. Aizen defeats Hitsugaya and proceeds to the execution location after Hogyoku fulfills its wielder's greatest desire. Despite the efforts of Renji Ichigo and Captain Komamura, Aizen and his associates were able to flee due to the arrival of many Menos Grande. Yamamoto congratulates Ichigo and his companions on their role as Soul Society's savior. Ichigo and his comrades return to the actual world, leaving Rukia behind. Arankara, which are hollows who have been given Shinigami-like powers by the Hogyoku, appear shortly after. His inner hollow insists that he switch with him, claiming that he can easily finish them off. Ichigo's team is sent on a patrol mission to Karakura. Because his inner hollow stops him from fighting, he is badly abused until Kisuke and Yoruichi arrive. This team is having trouble fighting the Aranakara before society permits them to remove their limiters. After defeating Mayuri, Aizen reveals his true intentions to kill everyone in Karakura town to open a key giving entrance to the Soul King's palace. After this, he trains with a Wiser to improve his mask usage time while also training with his Quincy father, Ryukin, to restore his Quincy powers. Shinigami Rukia and Orihime decide to return to the human realm to help their friends. Ukiura Cypher attacks her guards and demands that she return to her Hueco Mundo. As his mask fractures, Grimmjow gains the upper hand against Ichigo. Chad and Uryu are waiting for him at Orohara's store. Their trainer opens a garganta for them to enter Hueco Mundo through their trainer. Rukia and Shinji then manage to fend him off. Ichigo disobeys because protecting his companions was his greatest priority. They fight their way out onto Hueco Surface Mundos using their newly awakened powers. They then set off towards Las Noches, Hueco capital, Mundos, and the Castle of Isaac, which is held by the 10 most powerful Aranka, the mightiest Espada. They come across Ukiura, who is now being pursued by 3 hollows. Ichigo, Chad, Uryu, and their new Aranka friends fought a series of seemingly insignificant characters. Meanwhile, Ukiura appears in front of Ichigo to acknowledge Rukia's alleged death in a random battle. Ichigo claims she is still alive and tries to flee, but Ukiura provokes him by admitting that he was the one who forced Orihime to come to Hueco Mundo. Ichigo resolves to use his Bankai and Hollow Mask to terminate the fight fast. Ukiura refuses to give up even after using his most powerful assault, which proves to be no match. Ukiura, the highest-ranking Espada, stabs Ichigo in the chest with his hand. Grimmjow kidnaps Orihime from Las Noches and delivers him to Ichigo, who wants him healed so he can confront him in his fight. Ukiura arrives with a special device before she can finish her work. Ukiura is trapped in an alternate universe by Grimmjow, who will take him several hours to escape. Their combat begins once Ichigo has been healed. Grimmjow, now in his resurrection form, faces up against Ichigo, who uses his Bankai and Hollow Mask. Despite managing to keep his Hollow Mask on for much longer than he previously could, Ichigo was gradually beaten back by Grimmjow. Ichigo summons the last of his strength, swearing that he will defeat Grimmjow and Aizen and bring back all of his friends safely, and punches the finishing blow to Grimmjow. Noitra Gilga arrives and assaults the frail Grimmjow, injuring him severely. Ichigo, who was hurt and tied in his previous fight, starts looking for Noitra, but it's too powerful. When Kenpachi appears, he defeats Noitra. Aizen leaves Karakura for the last time. The real Karakura town has been relocated to allow Soul Society to defend it against Aizen. Ukiura is perverted and freaking out in the meantime, and Ichigo shows up there to fight Ukiura once more. Ichigo is reawakened by his inner hollow and goes on to fight Ukiura, shredding his organs and ripping his limbs off in the process. The captains fight their Espada in a fictitious Karakura town, and they all win in the end. After recovering from his fight, Ichigo returns to Karakura town to face Aizen. After all, because he hasn't witnessed Aizen's Shikai, he is the only one who can defeat him. Other captains attempt to assist, but are decimated. Aizen begins to strip to reveal his belly button ring and inform Ichigo that he has fused with the Hogyoku. Kurosaki activates the Semkaimon to pursue Aizen and Gin to the real Karakura town before fleeing with Gin. But because time goes considerably faster in the Precipice world than it does in the real world, he realizes he can teach Ishiguro the final potential. He enters a world where everything is submerged because Ichigo has stopped moving forward. According to the Tenses, he cuts out Ichigo's Inuharu, which turns out to be Zangetsu, also known as the Hollow White, to push him to continue forward. Quincy was combined by Zangetsu and Ichigo. Gin turns on Aizen in Karakura town. Ichigo appears with a sword melded to his hand just as he's ready to die. They have one more fight, with Ichigo's final Getsuga Tensho aimed at weakening Aizen. Urahara sweeps in and kicks Aizen away with his strength. Ichigo loses all of his Shinigami abilities as a result of using the ultimate Getsuga Tensho. The arc that annihilated Bleach is now upon us. The entire goal of this arc was for Ichigo to invent some grandiose story to reclaim his powers. He regains his Shinigami abilities, but it is too late. At this point, the anime was already a shambles. As a result, it was postponed until after the 1000-year Blood War arc. So that was Bleach anime in a nutshell. Hope we did not miss any crucial plot points here. Embrace yourself for the upcoming season. Subscribe to this channel for more exciting episodes like this, and remember to press the notification bell also. Thanks for watching, we'll see you in the next one.